Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're not just going through a fictional case file. We're really trying to tear apart its structure.
Yeah, like how do you build the perfect cold case?
Exactly. We're plunging into Echoes from the Icebox. It's this fictional NCIS scenario about the 1987 poisoning of Admiral Harlan Blackwood.
And the twist is this old case just thawed out 38 years later in 2025.
Right. Suddenly very, very hot.
So our mission here, it's analytical, We want to get why the source material set it up this specific way.
Right.
We're looking at the setting, the core evidence that Chalice, and then comparing the four main suspects, all within that kind of intense Cold War backdrop.
It's like the blueprint for the whole mystery.
Precisely. We're giving you the shortcut to understanding that foundational setup.
And the person leading us through this is Isabel Sammy. She's 28. An NCIS probie.
And the source makes a point about her, right? That she's carrying something.
Yeah, it mentions a recent psych evaluation, calls it a scar that seems to kind of shadow her.
Adds pressure from the start.
Definitely. And the case doesn't just land on her desk. It takes this massive external event.
The nor'easter, November 3rd, 2025.
Yeah, this huge storm slams the Chesapeake. It's almost like a narrative device. A Deus Ex Machina tearing things up and uncovering evidence at Blackwood Hall.
That storm's doing heavy lifting narratively. It's the bridge across those 38 years.
Makes sense.
And the setting itself, Blackwood Hall. Wow. It's described as a hulking Victorian beast.
Built on what, shipwrecks?
Yeah, borrow of shipwrecks. And there's local lore, too. Drowned sailors rising with the storms.
Creepy. Sets a mood.
Totally. It frames the whole thing not just as a standard investigation, but maybe something more, something confronting history itself. Even the road leading there, all made in court.
What about it?
Locals call it Suicide Row. Grim stuff.
Wow. Okay, so that ties back to the original crime in '87. That dread was already there.
It was Blackwood's Gala. The source calls it a Cold War cocktail of spies and sub-secrets.
And he's poisoned. Belladonna, right?
Yeah.
Nightshade's kiss.
Delivered in a chalice, his last word. Traitor!
Chilling. And then the case just freezes. Goes cold in '88. Killer walks. Motive unknown.
And notice the immediate personal connection for Sammy, that psych evil scar the source mentions.
Yeah.
It apparently flares up as she gets near this place.
So it's not just a case for her.
Seems not. Even her husband, Kyle, he's a Navy diver, knows the area he warns her, calls Almaden Court Suicide Row.
Reinforcing that feeling of doom around the place.
Exactly. Is Sammy drawn there because of her own issues? The source kind of leaves that hanging.
Okay, let's shift from the place to the thing the storm revealed.
Right, the dock near the boathouse.
The storm didn't just damage it, it ripped it right off, didn't it?
Tore it clean off. And underneath, in the silt, there it was, the murder weapon, sealed away for decades.
And this is where the modern forensics kick in.
Yeah, and the state of the chalice is fascinating. Silver stem, covered in barnacles, naval etchings.
Like a trident and anchor.
That's the one. But the tox kit is the real kicker. Atropine positive.
So, Belladonna confirmed. After almost 40 years.
After 38 years, for the toxin to still be pristine, as the source puts it, it needed an incredible seal.
Like submarine tight.
Exactly. That tells you something huge. This wasn't just any cup. It was designed to preserve its contents, maybe tied to naval tech. Extreme premeditation.
Okay, so it's more than just a chalice. It's a piece of hardware.
Seems like it. And this is where Kyle, the Navy diver husband, comes in with the technical details.
Right, he looks at it.
He confirms it's diver grade, so either from a subwreck or built to withstand that kind of pressure.
But the key thing
Is the floppy slot in the stem. That's the anomaly.
What does he make of that?
He calls it Cold War vintage, and crucially labels it Clue #1.
So the source is pointing us away from just the poison.
Towards the device itself. Why does a poison chalice need a sealed diver-grade container with a special slot?
Suggests something else was going on? Espionage, maybe?
That's where it seems to be heading. Deep sea secrets, not just personal revenge. And right as Sammy finds this tech-heavy evidence,
The tone shifts.
big time. The source says the air in the hall gets colder, sweeter, like lilies rotting. Real sensory detail to ramp up the tension.
And then the figure appears.
Yeah, this is where it takes that hard left turn you mentioned. Tall silhouette, hooded slicker.
Eyes gleaming. Wrong, like oil on water. That's evocative.
It is. And it speaks her name. Saw Ami. Why dig? He's sleeping.
Okay, hold on. Why bring in a ghost now? Right when the forensics are getting interesting.
Well, I think the source uses it to, crank up Sammy's personal stakes. It ties the setting's power directly to her.
So it's not just any ghost.
It's like the house itself or the history is pushing back, and then lightning flashes.
And reveals the face.
Gaunt, waterlogged. Blackwood's eyes, blue veins. It confirms the paranormal element is real within this story.
The trauma of the past is literally haunting the present investigation.
And maybe targeting Sammy specifically because of her own vulnerability, that psych evil scar.
Okay, so this changes everything. It's not just solving a crime. It's like surviving it. Psychologically, maybe spiritually.
Boy, we still need to look at the Who, the original players from that 1987 gala.
Right, back to November 14th, 1987. The source paints quite a picture.
Oh, yeah. VHS hiss, 80s power suits, hollow crests projecting trident oaths. Very atmospheric.
And Blackwood toasts to shadows eternal with the chalice.
Giving the killer their opening. Now, these 4 suspects, they're like a matrix, aren't they? Designed to obscure the truth.
Let's break them down. Suspect 1, Ensign Victor. Young, 24.
His motive seems pretty straightforward. Money. Wolfish with Vegas bets.
Eyes devouring the Admiral's signet. So, theft, coercion.
Seems likely he had the opportunity, maybe, but did he have the sophistication for that chalice device? Maybe not.
Okay, contrast him with Suspect 2, Lydia Voss, 32, CIA.
The silk-wrapped scorpion. Her motive is pure espionage. Institutional.
She was seen looking towards a Soviet whisperer.
Yeah. If Blackwood was involved in something compromising selling secrets, exposing an Operation Voss would be the one to neutralize him. Quietly.
Belladonna fits that kind of profile, doesn't it? Political hits.
Historically, yes. Now, Suspect 3, Hargrove, the butler, 28.
Not just any butler, though. Forged in SEAL fire.
Ex-military elite. Forced into service. There's a hint of discharged doom in his stare.
Suggests a massive personal grievance. Revenge against Blackwood for ruining his career.
It's a strong possibility. He definitely has the training to be lethal.
And then the wild card. Suspect 4, Clara, just 16.
The brace-faced rebel. But she's the tech expert.
Clacking hacks into ham-wave voids? What does that even mean?
Basically tapping into secure radio communications, old-school non-digital stuff. She's a code cracker.
So if Blackwood was dealing in classified codes,
Claire could potentially intercept them, steal them, maybe even blackmail him. She could be working for someone or for herself.
wow, okay, so you've got greed, espionage, revenge, and high-tech theft, all in the same room.
Exactly, a perfect balance. It explains why the original investigation hit a wall, despite having these 4 really strong suspects.
The killer just vanished into time's undertow. The source definitely built a solid deadlock there.
And if you tie it all back, the source keeps pulling our focus and Sammy's focus to 2 things, the ghost and the gadget.
Yeah, the chalice details are key.
The diver-grade nature, the atropine positive after decades, and especially that floppy slot, it all points away from simple motives.
Towards the military-industrial complex, Blackwood's world.
Right. It smartly turns a historical murder into a kind of techno-thriller, interwoven with this psychological element.
So summing up what we've got from the source. A Cold War hit, a very specific, technically advanced murder weapon confirmed by modern science, 4 suspects with equally strong but conflicting motives.
And this critical piece of physical evidence, clue #1, the floppy slot identified by a diver.
The source really nails linking the hardware, the tech, with the psychology, Sammy Scar, the ghost.
Which leads us to that final question the source leaves you, the listener, with.
The provocative thought.
Yeah. If that chalice was diver grade, sealed submarine tight for decades, preserving the poison, what was the floppy slot really for?
What did it contain? Why did it need that level of protection?
Was it just poison? Or was the poison maybe secondary? Covering for something hidden in the stem. Data. A key. A recording.
And why did this secret, sealed by tech, only surface when Isabel Sammy, with her own hidden issues, shows up?
What's the connection? Something for you to think about as Sammy signs off, lights on, doors locked.